2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. Hello, I'm Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beam, who's in the booth. And it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, what a gorgeous day as this event kicks off our featured group. Well, we've got two players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player is looking to beat Lydia Ko, which, let's be honest, will take all their skill and poise.
Oh, absolutely. This will be a certain KO for this player. I can't imagine that Lydia's going to let anybody beat her. When we talk about young phenoms, Lydia comes to mind. She's got it all.
Ding, ding, ring that bell. Let the bout begin. This one needs to kick left. Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
Using the big muscles to get it home in two there.
Oh, so close. What's in front of them, Henny?
Firm back up the hill. This will be a good one.
This one's tracking. Well, Rich, that's got to feel good. Opening the first with an underpass score.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
He's currently tied for 8th. Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
Choosing the 9-iron here. Heading towards the rough, this one. Not a bad play, that one. This is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close.
All right, guys. This for 2 birdies in a row.
Was on a good line. And that should secure the par on this one. Currently 1 under for the day. The Copperhead course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up this shot with the wind in their face.
It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark.
Distance control not easy when you're coming out of the rough.
Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this.
Yep, tracking nicely.
For the par. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Ooh. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snack.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par 5s on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left, that's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards.
Wind's blowing right to left here, and they're going to go ahead and ride the one in here.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Gee, that'll keep the momentum rolling, Rich. Oh, here she goes, marching up the leaderboard. And back to the course with the live action. Playing their fourth shot. 2 strokes off the lead. Wow, that almost went in the hole. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
This for par.
So far, so good.
There it is. Currently 1 under for the tournament. The 6th hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
This shot from the first cut of rough. Going with the pitching wedge here.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
Let's move 1 step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th. Just didn't drop. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. 5 feet coming up to the cup. A good stroke. Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's 2 strokes behind her rival this week.
Well, that's very crafty, isn't it?
Reminds me of the song by the Tubes, She's a Beauty.
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the 6th behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
Needs this one to kick right. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting. And this putt to move into the top 5. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 4 feet to the cup. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. He's currently tied for 13th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Go with a 3-wood here. That's just a tad offline, that one. Headed towards the left. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's got some work to do. She's 2 strokes behind so far.
That's outstanding. Mark that down on the highlight reel. And back to the play, shall we? Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Putting for a par now. Oh, what a stroke. That's well holed. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee, a par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
There have been a lot of players that have come out and people are quick to label them as prodigious talents and what they can do, but it's true about Lydia Ko that she is one of the game's prodigies.
Luke, when you say prodigy, I think Lydia Ko's name should just be, instead of prodigy, just say, look at Lydia Ko. Because this young lady has seemingly done it all at 14 years young. 14, won a professional event. The youngest men or women to ever win a tournament that early. That is astounding. 18 years old, major champion with the final round 63. It's mind-blowing how good this young lady was at such an early age. Yes, had a little lull there for a little bit, but now come back out and has just taken the world by storm again. 17 wins already and building in her professional career. The sky is the limit for Lydia.
Oh, that's a bonus.
Well, when your rival plays golf every single second of the day and eats birdies for breakfast, lunch and dinner, this is what you get.
The back 9 at Innisbrook's Copperhead course begins with a par 4.
Straight down the hill these tee shots go. That bunker down the left-hand side should see a fair bit of action. If you leave it out to the right-hand side, there's some trees that are overhanging and will block out your second shot. This green tilts pretty good from back to front.
Henny, how's that ball lying?
It's not on the fairway, but it's not bad. It's a good lie in the first cut.
Opting for the 9-iron. Sitting at 2 under par. Currently tied for 4th place. Oh, terrific. What an effort.
And a chip in, Luke, just what the doctor ordered.
Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
Yeah, Seve would be envious of this one. What a chip in.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway. You can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
5 wins so far this season. Absolutely flushed. Sitting at 3 under par. Tied for 4th. This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. A wonderful shot. A chance for birdie here on the 11th.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 4 under. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh my, how about that for a par?
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage.
I tell you what, inching closer to that top spot on the leaderboard, things are definitely heating up.
Not bad. Second shot here on the 12th. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Oh, this looks pure. Oh, that's a sensational putt to make. And what about the glimpse they just gave their rival? Come and catch me now. Oh, I'd like to have one more look at that shot.
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Currently at -5 now for the day. Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, this tee shot is about as hard as 8th grade algebra. It is absolutely mind-bending. It doesn't look like much, but that green absolutely... I think the green is made out of Gore-Tex. It repels golf balls.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Oh, got unlucky there. Well, Rich, here's one of our proven performers in the FedEx Cup points race. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
An opportunity to make their par.
Oh, that was such a good stroke.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
They're in the bunker, looking for an up and down here. And down it goes.
Oh, a messy little lie in the bunker, but that is not a problem for this player. Yes, in the hole.
The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in two, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Not quite sure about the strike on that one. This could be heading towards the rough. And here we are with the third shot. He shares the lead. Choosing the 9-iron here. This should play. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that. A 7-footer right here.
This is their look at birdie.
That's tracking. The old hammerhands putt. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
And as they leave that hole, Rich, you'd imagine a little bit frustrated after such a great shot in. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green, but don't miss it left. That is no good.
And this is an extremely long putt. You might even have to hinge on this one. Ouch, that hurts. That's disappointing. Par putt coming up here. The putt drops, now at 5 under, heading down the stretch.
And just a few holes remaining. Let's see what they can produce.
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. Well, as you enter the dreaded snake pit here at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, Rich, you know where you stand on the 16th tee.
This tee shot forces your hand. You must take it down the right-hand side in order to have a good look at this green for your second shot. Any misses out to the left, you're going to find the trees in all sorts of trouble.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag. I think that ugly lie really affected them on that shot. Not a surprising result, really.
New Zealand's Lydia Ko setting up her next shot. Let's return to live play now. A chance to get up and down for this player. Oh, I thought that one was going in. A chance to save the par if he can make this one.
Always rooting for this player, Luke. I hope this one goes.
Just one off the lead after that hole. The Copperhead's penultimate hole is a good par 3 playing up the hill.
It's a tough tee shot, plays longer than what's on the yardage. Any pin that's in the front part of the green is a difficult one to find as the green is so narrow.
See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. They need to get up and down from here. Just one stroke off the lead.
Nothing like a little pressure late in the day.
Ooh, that almost went down. Now, this would be a timely one to hole. Let's make this putt.
Got to try and save the par here.
Well, that's a nice line. And there it is. He's currently tied for second. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
Well, they need to stick this close. A birdie would tie them for the lead and force a playoff. Good shot there, Beamer. And this putt is for a final score of 65. Oh, how about that, Rich? Do you want me to go fill up your cup? Looks like we're going to extra holes.
What a grind this last few holes were for this player. They got it done. Late charge up the leaderboard. Love to see it. Heading to a playoff.
Well, Rich, it's time to find out who will win this in a sudden death playoff.
Oh, and this tournament deserved it, Luke. So good all day long.
Well, it's going to take sudden death to decide this title. Let's go, Rich.
Luke, I'm ready. Let's go.
Now on the tee after a birdie. Fired up and ready for more.
Made a birdie in regulation. What can they produce now?
Oh, that was pure. Well, a big moment here. Really got to be aggressive if they want to have a chance in this one.
With their opponent in there close, Luke, absolutely. Take dead aim.
Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. Plenty of nerves and pressure on the next putt. They're on the green, but lots of work left to do. And here we have an opportunity to win the Valspar Championship. Oh, just missed. That'll sting a bit.
This truly is do or die. They need this to extend the playoff. And the pressure builds. That forces this playoff to another hole. And now onto the next hole of this playoff. Not sure if they got that one flush. This might not find the fairway. That's a chunky lie. It's going to take all their talents to get out of this one.
And choosing the 8-iron here.
Not a good time for an errant approach. Missing the green in a playoff puts pressure on the short game. It all comes down to this. Make it, and the playoff continues.
This one's tracking.
And that'll force this playoff to another hole. Onto the second hole of the sudden death playoff.
Opting for the 5-wood. This one needs to kick left.
This next putt will win it all.
Whoa, back there, horsey.
This truly is do or die. They need this to extend the playoff.
This one's dialed in.
Yes, you can feel the tension building. This playoff's going to another hole.
We've arrived at a par 4 hole.
Luke, the player has owned their opponent score-wise on this hole. Let's see if anything changes in the playoff.
Keep focused on that flag while playing to this elevated green. Needs this to kick a bit left.
There's plenty of work left to do here. They've found the putting surface, but they're a long way from the hole.
And this putt to win the Valspar Championship.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Ooh, right by the hole.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. It all comes down to this. Make it, and the playoff continues.
Better than Mo.
And with that, both the players and the crowd get to move to the next hole.
We have a par 4 on this one.
Well, this player had a par earlier on this hole in regulation, Luke. Not too sure that's going to be good enough in this playoff.
Just let that shot be water off a duck's back. Well, it seems obvious. They really need to stick this one close if they want to have a chance.
They have to expect their opponent to make that putt, Luke, so you have to take a chance and get it close.
Oh, and that's a missed green in a playoff. Hopefully they can regain their composure.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Beauty of a chip shot there.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
This truly is do or die. They need this to extend the playoff. And now on to yet another hole in their sudden death saga.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood.
Not quite finding the putting surface there. It's time to let their short game do the talking. A chance to chip in here and snatch the title.
How close was that to going down?
It all comes down to this. Make it, and the playoff continues.
This is a good chance.
The fans are certainly getting their money's worth with this playoff. Let's head to the next.
That's a bit out of shape. Henny, how bad is this lie?
He's eyeing this up and he's pleased with what he's seeing. This is sitting nicely.
Well, this one looks like it's heading to the sand.
That's a tad wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
Yeah, wind took that one offline in a hurry.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. Critical bunker shot here to win the tournament. On the green now, but a bit of work left to do here.
This truly is do or die. They need this to extend the playoff. And the pressure builds. That forces this playoff to another hole.
It's been a full day already, Rich. Hopefully they can keep their sustenance up.
Fatigue certainly should be setting in just a little bit. However, the adrenaline alone should carry them for the rest of this playoff.
Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
A bit wild on approach there.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Well struck.
It all comes down to this. Make it, and the playoff continues.
These are on rails, looking good.
Yes, you can feel the tension building. This playoff's going to another hole. Let's move on to the next hole of this playoff, shall we?
Going with the 5-wood. Come on, get a good bounce to the left. And here we have an opportunity to win the Valspar Championship. A bit long on that one.
This truly is do or die. They need this to extend the playoff. And with that, both the players and the crowd get to move to the next hole.
Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4.
Luke, this player has a serious advantage over their opponent as they've played this hole so much better this tournament.
That's a nice looking tee shot, that one.
Well, what's your advice here, Rich, with the opponent so close to the hole?
Only look at the flagstick, look at nothing else, hit your shot and hit it close. This one needs to kick left and kick left hard.
It all comes down to this. Make it, and the playoff continues.
Oh, you know you want to.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. It's always hard to see. Someone had to lose today, and unfortunately for this player, it was them.
Nope, always a tough pill to swallow, losing in any way, but losing in a playoff, ooh, that stings.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed our extra coverage in this week's playoff finale. From myself and all the hardworking people at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.